Hey guys, so hopefully I'm recording audio on the computer and on my phone, so hopefully the audio sounds okay. I forgot to do a video, so I've already been working since 3 o'clock, and as you can see it's 4:20, but I've ran into a bit of a conundrum with the Valiant series omnibus, and I was going to do a video talking about how to do this anyway, so I figured now would be a great time. So first of all, an omnibus is a box set. It's interchangeable. So this is the cover, the Valiant series books 1 to 5 box set omnibus. I love it. This is absolutely amazing. So the first thing that you do is you combine all of the books into one. I use the program Atticus, but you can, whoops, that's not Atticus. The program Atticus, but you can use whatever formatting program you have, or you can use Microsoft Word. So basically Atticus, what it does is you can actually create a box set, and then you can select the books that are already listed on your Atticus profile to form a box set. So it like does it all for you. But I still had to go in here and do some changes and stuff. It's very, very long. So that's the problem, is it's got Hunter, Shifter, Samurai, Assassin, and Rogue in it, along with all of the short companions. So initially it was literally 1,700 and some odd pages. 1,700 pages long. So I lowered the font, got it to like 1,300, and then I lowered the font again to where it is now, and it is at the lowest font setting possible, which is 9 points, and it's still over 1,000 pages long. However, I have seen box sets on Amazon that are longer than 1,000 pages, but according to online it says 800 is like the maximum. So I'm going to go ahead, I decided to go ahead and try to create the box set anyway, and just upload the file and see what it says. So I filled out all the information. The blurb is another thing I need to talk about. So I've got all the categories ready. The keywords, what I use to do that is KDP Rocket, but that does cost money. So if you are on a budget and can't afford to buy KDP Rocket, which I don't have money now, but I did back in the day, you can go to Amazon, and there used to be a free tool. You could look at KDP, or Kindlepreneur, I think, has like a basically thing similar to this, and that's what I used to do. And basically you find all the bestsellers in the categories that you want and use and just kind of find the keywords there or something like that. It's very similar to this, but that's basically what you do here, is you think of keywords that apply to your book series. Like we're gonna do epic Christian fantasy book series, and then go get it. And then you look, and then what it does, as soon as it loads, everything's very laggy. But it'll tell you how much that particular phrase is searched every month, and then what your competitive score, so basically you want a high search amount with low competition score, which means there's not a whole lot of other books in that category that are being found, which means they're more than likely to find yours. So like for instance, this epic fantasy paperback box sets gets over 2,000 searches a month. So that's high. That's what you want. But there's 85 is the competition score. So there's a lot of competition in that. So I'm more than less likely to be found, but I'm still going to use that because that's a great category. So then epic fantasy paperback box set. So epic fantasy paperback box set. So that's one. And so basically that's what you do. See, that's less than 100 searches a month. It has a competition score of 20, but there's less than 100 people searching that every month. So that's not something you're going to want to do. And so that's basically what you do to find the keywords. Now, for the description, I'm horrible at blurbs. And this, when you have box sets, your blurb is going to be like the series blurb and stuff. So I did two different things. One thing that I did was, yes, I'm talking with Gemini, but hear me out here. Where's my thing? So the first thing that I did was I grabbed all of the blurbs for all of the books, and then I asked the AI to like summarize it and write a version of it. And then I took the one that's currently on Amazon and did the same thing and asked it to like write a better one. And then I had it, so this is mine, and I had the AI. This was the one that has like everything involved, and then this was the first one that it came up with based on everything. And then we worked on it again, and so I've been taking pieces here and there and then rewriting it in my own words and stuff, and using the AI to help me come up with better phrases, because that's kind of what I suck at. Like, I couldn't figure out the Dark Master's corruptions consumes worlds, leaving a trail of annihilation in his wake. Like, that did not occur to me. So that's currently what I'm working on. We're trying to find, like, I'm trying to figure out the last line that's gonna like punch. So the battle for, that's what I was actually working on when I stopped to do this. So darkness encroaches, the galaxy trembles, the chosen rise. The battle for I don't know, I feel like it's also typical, like the fate of the galaxy begin. I'll just say that and then edit it. So the fate of the galaxy begins. So the battle.
We're gonna light like a sun, shining the night away. We burn the past in the fire.
Typically what you do as well, and this is true for like any book that you publish with your book blurb, you want to ask people, ask readers, ask authors, ask everybody and anybody that you can to help you tweak it. So even though I'm getting the page together, it'll be in draft mode until I'm officially going to like make it. So basically you want to ask as many people as possible. And in this case, I'm going to go to a couple groups that I know, and you obviously want to be like really polite and everything, so.
It will be okay. We gonna light like a sun, moving as one, shining the night away. We stand in the sun.
And be sure to follow the rules of the group, because some groups have different rules and things like that, so you want to make sure that you're obeying the rules of the group and respecting everybody and stuff like that. That's obviously always the key. Okay, so literally gritty Christian, that's not a thing. So see, that one has less than 100 searches, so it seems like Christian fantasy isn't that searched, unfortunately. So, let's see.
Some worries just fade away, and just fire the burn inside. A million voice with just one line.
See, these are perfect because the competitive score is kind of like yellowish. So epic fantasy book series.
And they will see a sign, a million hearts from 1,000 miles. They're running along to the streets, rising in tides. We gonna be the city, nothing we call us the code for crumbling empire.
I'm gonna do medieval fantasy and then medieval fantasy. Sorry about that. Well, here we go. Medieval fantasy books for adults, medieval fantasy fiction novel, medieval fantasy romance books, medieval fantasy novels and book series, medieval dark fantasy, fantasy book series, medieval fantasy, dark medieval fantasy novel. Okay, so there's two that's in the yellow. This one's actually better because it's got a low competition score of 7, whereas this one has 19. I submit 17. Christian medieval fantasy, epic historical fantasy, medieval fantasy adventure, fantasy medieval. Here we go. We'll just wait for those to load. 300, so medieval fantasy adventure. Not sure that's actually relevant, but we're just picking everything. Well, those are what we're going to do. Christian medieval fantasy might not be too bad. We're going to do medieval fantasy paperback boxes. Keep in mind that I'm looking at the books category, which is for paperback books. Kindle ebooks has its own thing, and when the search little box comes up, you click that. And alright, so we got 210 and 4, so for Christian medieval fantasy. We got 359. Oh, that's weird medieval fantasy. So dark medieval fantasy. Still doesn't have like book after it. So I'm gonna do medieval fantasy books for sure, unless something better comes up. And then we're gonna do Christian medieval fantasy again, unless something with other stats comes up. So Christian medieval fantasy, and then what did this say? So I'm going to keep this in mind because of the critique. So this will change. I'm not going to make anything official. Schedule my book's release. Let's see. I'm just going to leave that there and I'll change it. Because right now I just need to know if it can even accept the PDF file because it's over 1,000 pages. So this will be, if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to figure out something else. Possibly taking out all the short stories, all the images, and even then I don't think I can get it to the page count correctly. So we'll see. So the other issue that was going on with this was my designer doesn't know how to do the box set mock-up thing, and we couldn't find any mock-ups. So I've been looking and looking and looking and looking, and that's like the first hour from like 3 to 4 was what I was working on, trying to find like this basically where you have the new cover and then all the books spine thing. I cannot find anything. I've reached out to a few things, so I'm kind of waiting to hear back from that. So yeah, it's just I have no idea if we're gonna be able to figure that out or not. So I'm kind of waiting to find out on that. So this is the paperback, and it needs to be PDF. Okay, paperback PDF here. So that's the other thing that I was trying to research, and that's the other crisis that I was going to talk to you guys about. But it's nearing 5 o'clock, so I'm going to wait for this to upload. I'll keep you guys informed as to whether it works or not. But I've got to get my dogs fed and stuff, so I will stop here and check in with you guys about this later. I didn't know it had started recording. Okay, well, yeah, I guess this will be for the omnibus one. So it says that that the omnibus actually uploaded successfully. So I need the cover, but I don't have the paperback cover yet. I have to upload the template, so I'm going to grab the paperback template, send it to Ren's, and I'm going to save this how it is as a draft, and go from there. So I'll check in with you guys when I have more information, since I'm kind of waiting for a lot of different things right now. I have to implement the edits for Immortal right now, so that's what I'm going to do, and that's the vlog I'm going to work on. So yeah, this is for the omnibus. I'll check in with you guys later. So this is another video for the omnibus, just like the last one. Really quick update. So I did get the template for the paperback for the omnibus, and I'm uploading it to our folder. My designer can't work on it yet though, because I still need the feedback for the blurb, so I have to wait for the blurb to be finalized before we do that. But I was looking, and my designer Ren's messaged me earlier when I was doing my search for the box set mock-up. I found one on Elements and Vato, and I sent a link to him, not knowing for sure whether he actually subscribed to that or not, but I sent him the link anyway, and he actually said, oh yes, I do subscribe to that. I just missed it when I was searching earlier, and he counted, and it is a 5-book box set. So basically we found one, and he's going to get to work and let me know when he gets it done. So I cannot tell you the level of relief that I feel. So he's working on that. I got to get feedback for the blurb, and we can finalize the blurb, and I'll upload the blurb to the Drive folder where we keep all of our Valiant stuff. And I'm uploading the paperback template and everything, so we can finalize that as well. As of now on Amazon, it did load the PDF, even though it's 1219, so 1,219 pages long, and the maximum is 830. So when I get the cover finalized and load the whole book, we will see if that approves or not, and if not, I'll have to figure out something else. I will probably talk to Atticus and KDP both and send messages to support for both to see what they can do. So yeah, the template finally got uploaded. I saved the omnibus as a draft for now, And now I can finally just concentrate and get to work on implementing the edits for Immortal. So I will check in with you guys later. Okay, so I'm recording the audio on my phone, so hopefully it comes out clearly. Hey everyone, so this is day 2, I guess, of working on the Valiant series omnibus. It is June 22nd, which is my mom's birthday. So today we went to 3 hours away to Springfield, Missouri. We went to the Wonders of Wildlife Museum, which is the biggest museum and aquarium in America. Like, it's been voted that, so it is amazing. I've been there before, but it's just so amazing. If you're interested in the footage, I've been there before for my 2022 anniversary, so I'll have the link to those videos below. And the clips that I took today are probably going to go in my Immortal Aftermath celebration party thing, because I've just finished up Immortal and I'm finishing up, so that's kind of like, now that I'm done with Immortal, I've been spending a lot of time with my family, so it's kind of like the after party, so I'll have those linked below. But for now, I need to get Immortal and the dates picked, and I'm still kind of working on the dates, but I need to get the omnibus finalized, and I cannot do anything until I figure out the blurb. So I did get some feedback, and basically everything that I know is that the people have said that I need a main character. So basically there's no character for them to hang on to, but the problem is it's like a series, so I kind of don't really know what to do. I was going to go through my recordings from my editor, Heather, and see what she had to say about it. So I'll have to pause the audio recording, listen to her recordings, and then see if she gave me feedback. If not, I'm kind of on my own, which is fine. I just suck at this stuff. So I'm going to... I also woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep plus a nap in the car, which isn't like sound sleep. So my brain is not functioning. So this is probably not going to be very helpful. However, I need... So I will check in with you guys when I have something to report. Hey guys, so I've got my phone recording the audio because the audio on my computer sucks, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. The air's on, so that's really loud because it's right behind my desk. My dogs are going nuts, it's all chaos. So I believe today is the 3rd day that I'm working on the omnibus. It's been basically over the weekend because the Saturday, the 22nd, was my mom's birthday. Yesterday, we had to get groceries, and then we went on a huge trip Saturday, so we had to get groceries yesterday, and then we went to my hometown for dinner, and we saw my cousin, and I started reading Midnight Sun, and I have a lot of videos going on, but I have a huge to-do list, but the priority today is to finalize the omnibus blurb. So I did get some feedback from everybody, and here's the current dilemma with it. Readers are saying that there's no characters to attach themselves to, and there's nothing to make them care. And so I revised, I don't remember the last time I talked to you guys about all of this, but I did revise it with my editor's help and then my husband's help. That's the version that they still say doesn't work. I don't know why. We're going to go over everything in detail and try to fix it. And so I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the montage as I try to fix the omnibus blurb, because obviously we need people to care, because we need people to want to, you know, we need people to want to read it, obviously. So, okay, that's the original. Let me do, I know I had it saved as the omnibus blurb. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take this, and when I get the final version, I'll paste it in here, but I like to start a new document when I'm like brainstorming and changing and editing things. That way I still have the version that's there. So I did get somebody who I think edits blurbs professionally send me a message. So I'm going to check that person's out. I'm going to go through the comments and see. I know one thing that people suggested was using names, so that's the first thing I'm going to try, is instead of like a woman, you know, yada yada, a woman infiltrates, I'm going to try using names. So, but we're just going to check everything out. so as you can see, I like the beginning and the end because those were like what my editor got from my first version. So the middle, I changed it from being about the Chosen, even with the Chosen's names being mentioned, to focusing, because the one guy said it was too much information without enough detail, and the other person did say, even in the original version, that there's not a character to latch on to care about. You need to care about a character and the stakes and rooting for them and stuff. So I shifted to the Dark Master because that links all of the Chosen together, because he's trying to destroy them all. And so that's where I went with the Dark Master, and like mentioning a few that he's trying to destroy and all that specifically, but bringing it back to like he wants to corrupt their souls before Raiden can save them. Raiden may come too late to save them or their worlds, kind of leaving the stakes. And so we care about the Chosen as a whole. We care about Raiden trying to save them, and we want to stop the Dark Master and find out if he wins or not. So I feel like this is more cohesive. I feel like it's more focused, and it definitely fits the omnibus and the series as a whole. So I sent it out. Obviously you guys saw all that, so we'll see. I have to wait. Hopefully I can get feedback tonight. I need to finalize the omnibus tonight, tomorrow, as soon as I get feedback. Hopefully this version works and I don't have to revise it again, because I need to send this out to my designer to get the paperback done. So, and then I may have trouble with Amazon's sizing and all that, and I need to get this done. The Kickstarter begins on July 8th, so I need to get the omnibus before that, because Amazon may give me problems, and I need to make sure that I have the omnibus and can get it shipped to me, and that it's correct and everything looks good before the Kickstarter begins, so that way when it ends I can send all of the stuff to the pledges. So yeah, so that's all I can do on the omnibus for now. I do have another huge to-do list for Immortals release and all of the Kickstarter and all that stuff. So I'm going to get to work on that. And then I will basically check in with you guys when I get some feedback. So, hey guys, so this is for the omnibus. This is still day 3, I believe. So thanks to my amazing cousin, I think I actually have the final version of the blurb. So basically, I was discording with my cousin tonight after I got all my other work done, and I read her the last version that I had this morning. She helped me tweak the middle part and edit it, and it sounded so good. So I sent that version to the critiquing people, and one of them got back to me and had a few minor changes that I just now made that I feel like make it better, and I actually think it just clicked with me. So the fate of the galaxy rests on the shoulders of the Chosen. The Dark Master's corruption consumes the galaxy, leaving a trail of annihilation. Only Raiden and those whom he has chosen stand between him and galactic oblivion. But the Dark Master toys with the hearts of the Chosen. He turns some of them into heartless killers while slaughtering their loved ones and destroying their worlds one by one. Raiden has the power to save them, but he may come too late. Can these unlikely chosen heroes overcome their differences and the insidious influence of the Dark Master, who has already claimed one of them? The battle for the survival of the galaxy begins. So I think I like that. I'll let you guys know tomorrow for sure when I hear back, but I think we've got it. Hey guys, so I think this is day 4 of the omnibus, and the good news is I finalized the blurb. So I think I vlogged about this last night, but my cousin and I were discording, and I read her the latest version of it, and we tweaked it, and then I sent that to one of the people who have been, she's like a professional blurb person who's been helping me, and her name is like Author Jade. I want to give her a shout out too. So shout out to my cousin, and then Jade Thorne as well, and my editor H.A. Pruitt, and then my author friends. You guys are amazing. You know who you are, all my author friends. So yeah, so I sent it to Jade, who edited it and said this is much better, but it was just like I had a few words here and there that I need to fix. So I fixed that and then sent it to my author friends. We have this like Christian author chat, and so I sent it there, and they all said that flowed better. And so basically it's the final version. So I sent it to Ren's. I uploaded it to we have this folder where we upload all of the cover stuff together. So I did the template the other day, and I just did the largest template that Amazon KDP has, because I already have, like, it's 1,200 and some odd pages, and the maximum is 830. So I'm pretty sure when we get to the preview part, it's going to reject it, but I'm going to try that just in case. So my plan is, if it rejects it, I'm going to mess with the margins to get it as wide as possible, but I'm going to see if it'll work with the 1,200 pages. But if not, I'll make the margins as small as possible, so that more words fit on the page, and we'll try that first. Anyways, so I uploaded the blurb to my folder, and I let my designer know. So that's pretty much everything. So I'm excited, and I'll check in with you guys when I have the design from my designer, and when I can put that up on Amazon and we can see what's happening. So it's June 25th. So if my designer can get me the paperback in a couple of days, then that gives me a week or two of lee room to work with KDP on accepting and rejecting, and trying again and accepting and rejecting, because that's going to take a few days, because I'd like to get that done before the Kickstarter starts. And speaking of which, I am making progress in the Kickstarter. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys next time. Hey guys, so I have been working on the Kickstarter, which I can talk about all those details later. But in the Kickstarter, I wanted to offer the Valiant series omnibus, which is the first 5 Valiant books put together. So Hunter, Shifter, Samurai, Assassin, and Rogue all together. And that's actually what we're talking about today in this particular video. Was the Valiant series omnibus. So this may end up being the omnibus video, but my problem with it was that it was over 1,000 pages long. So the rest of the Valiant series, they're all 5x8s. Let me grab Immortal to show you. So they were all this size, 5x8. So my original plan was to make the omnibus 5x8 as well. That ended up with it being like, I don't know, 1,300 pages, like 1,300 and some odd pages, I think. So I tried making the margins as thin as I could to like add more words per page. That still didn't work. I did look around to see if other self-publishing platforms besides just Amazon had a page limit. They were all in the 800s, so 830, 850, somewhere in there, whether it's Amazon, Draft to Digital, Lulu, some of those. So, my dog thinks he needs out, but he doesn't. He was just out. So then, and this has been ongoing for the last several weeks, honestly, and we had holidays and vacations in the middle of all this, but after that, my cousin had suggested making it a 6x9 because sometimes the omnibus is like bigger than the rest of the series. I didn't want to do that, but I did try. So the first thing that I did before that was removing all of the short stories, because each book has its own companion that's kind of like the behind the scenes big picture, kind of like the end scenes in the Marvel movies, to kind of like hint to the next book in the series. And so they're just little companions, but some of them could like one of them is 9,000 words, and so they do add extra pages, and I'm like, well, the box set is for the box set, it's for the main 5 books. I'm gonna have a collection for all the shorts at a later time, so I was okay removing those. Still didn't get it under the word count. So then I did try my cousin's advice, moving it from a 5x8 to a 6x9. That didn't work. I tried like they have, instead of just like a 5x8 or 6x9, there's like 6.14 by 9 point whatever. So I tried the bigger 6x9, the only other 6x9 that my program allows. I tried that, and I literally minimized the margins as small as I could. And by the way, my first step was to make the font smaller as well. So it is a size 9 instead of 12, which is average. So it's as small as it can go. That got it to 930 some odd pages. So basically it was 100 pages over. So I was like, okay, the new Valiant books that I've rebranded, those up there, all have a full page image in front of every chapter. So like with Hunter and Assassin, there's like 17 chapters in there, same with Shifter, but Samurai has like 71, I think, or 60, between 60 and 70 chapters for Assassin alone, and then Rogue has 71 or 73 chapters by itself, so that's like 74 full page images it would be removing. And if I'm only 100 pages over, it stands to reason that removing those images would put me under the page count. So that's what I set out to do a week ago. Today is Monday, July 8th. So it wasn't like a week ago. So a couple days ago, I did start removing the pages, which in my program, you have to click the image, which it takes a while to like load, and then you click the X, and then you click confirm delete, and the program by then would like freeze, so you'd have to like reopen the book again, which takes a while, and restart the program. And so I had to do that for, I did Hunter one day, I think I did Shifter the next day, and Relaxed, and then yesterday I went through Samurai and was getting overwhelmed, and so today I did Assassin and Rogue, and I just finished it, and I checked, and it's 730 some odd pages, or it's in the 700s, so I'm within word count. So I adjusted the margin and the trim size because I made them as thin as they could go, but Amazon only allows you to make the margin so small, so you have to stick within Amazon's rules, if you will. So yeah, I'm actually launching the previewer now to see if it'll work. And all of this to say, it's been a lot of work, and that's just to get the omnibus together, because I want to offer the omnibus as a reward tier and an add-on or whatever in the Kickstarter, so that it's immortal and omnibus, so you could grab the whole series if you wanted to. So that's just one aspect of the Kickstarter that I've been working on. And of course, the 3rd and the 4th of July, we had family celebrations for the 4th of July. Then we got into reading Fourth Wing, and my brain has been like, I am so addicted to Fourth Wing, it's not even funny. And so I've just been doing that and kind of taking some time off, because I've been working so hard the last couple of years without much of a break from writing or editing for myself or editing for a client. So I kind of think I hit a burnout, and I just needed to like read a good book and relax. I'm not done with it yet, but I'm trying to get back into working hardcore. On top of that, I was waiting to hear back from 2 narrators for the Immortal audiobook, and so while I was waiting to hear back from them and finalize some decisions there, because I can't do the Kickstarter until I choose the narrator, I was working on the omnibus thing. So that's kind of like what I've been doing to fill my time in. There's just been so much, I don't even know where to begin. So it looks like the omnibus did load, but we have some errors. I'll show you guys. It looks so good though. All right, so it looks like everything in the cover is within. That was close, but it looks like it's within, but the text is outside the margins. So what is going on, and why is it only a few page? Yeah, we're having a margin issue, so I may need to widen the margins a little bit, and we'll see if that doesn't help or not. But this is why you have a thing, so I'll show you guys this. So we go, let me exit out of that. So the trim size is 6.14 by 9.21. Like I said, that's the biggest 6x9 they had. Print layout, so these are the margin sizes right now, and they were, I think it's the outside ones, so we're gonna make those a little bigger. Gotta save that, and then we have to export the PDF and check the page count, which it was 700 and some odd pages, the other one, so I have 100 pages to work with if I widen the margins a little bit. So wait for the PDF to load, download it, check the page count, and then I gotta upload it to KDP, wait for that to load, click the previewer, wait for the previewer to load, and then I can check it and see if it all looks good and go from there. So that's where I'm at. I will check in with you guys later. I'm so excited to announce the Kickstarter. You guys have probably heard that it's going on right now, but I've actually been able to add hardbacks with dust jackets for Immortal and the Valiant series omnibus. That's all 5 books in one omnibus, and of course Immortal, it's amazing historical epic fantasy. And I want to thank you guys for watching this vlog series as I edited Immortal, or if you're watching the omnibus video as I got the omnibus together. It was a lot of work, and now it's finally come to fruition, so you guys can check out the Kickstarter and see if there's anything you'd like to support or back for gifts for you. We've got paperbacks, and now we've got hardbacks with dust jackets. There's all kinds of gifts available, ebooks and coloring books, notebooks, whatever tickles your fancy. So please go check out the Kickstarter. This was a lot of work to get the omnibus together. It was a lot of work to edit Immortal and get it together, and it's only available to August 14th, so check it out. And we're working toward the first stretch goal, which is chibi art of Nassan from Immortal. So if you're watching the Immortal editing, if you are interested in that story, in Nassan as a character, then help get to the stretch goal, because then we'll get chibi art of him, and that will get sent to all backers. So if you backed a digital, like an ebook, it'll get sent to you digitally. If you back a physical copy, like a hardback or a paperback, it'll get sent to you as a sticker. So go check it out. Check out the Kickstarter, see if there's anything you want. Check out the hardbacks. I worked so hard to get them together, and see if there's anything you'd like to support and help us get to the next stretch goal, which is chibi art. So forgot to add the link, will be in the description below. So check it out.